Say the market's a war zone, but every king once was a rookie with a chart and a dream. Fibonacci, Fibonacci, retrace the pain, reclaim the name. The ascent. Born where the hustle met math on the curve. Turned numbers to visions, now I meant every word. Did the homework, the charts just confirmed the nerve. Now I'm talking in profits every candle I serve. Used to count pennies, now I'm counting pips. Same grind, just the decimals flip. Still fight fear like roaming the mist. One hand on the mouse, other hand on the fist. I don't fold, disciplined soldiers code. Trend line scars from the past I wrote. Mind shop like Fibonacci mode. Pull back, reload, then I said explode. Legacy talk, this ain't luck or fate. It's JD the Great, no retest, no debate. From the basement to the charts ornate. Every loss was a line in the empire I create. Every pullback's just proof of the climb. Gotta fall in line before you redefine. All the blocks in my heart, structure in my grind. JD the Great, one of one of a kind. Support to the throne, I don't wait for signs. I build them brick by brick, line line. All the blocks in my heart, structure in my grind. JD the Great, one of a kind. I'm talking pain turn pattern, losses turn ladder. Candles don't matter when your purpose fat. A gladiator in a hoodie, not toga or shield, but the spirit the same when I step on the field. They swing doubt, I parry with patience. I'm trending regardless of market's vibration. They want fame, I want foundation. Charts ain't luck, it's daily dedication. Talk discipline, that's my dialect. Focus so strong, it rejects regret. They chase clout, I chase respect. My mindset hedge against every threat. No stops hit, I'm still intact. Reroute your motion, adjust the track. Roll me falling, it's just pulling back. JD the Great, I am the comeback. Every pullback's just proof of the climb. Gotta fall in line before you redefine. All the blocks in my heart, structure in my grind. JD the Great, one of a kind. Support to the throne, I don't wait for signs. I build brick by brick of the kind. All the blocks in my heart, structure in my grind. JD the Great, one of a kind.
All right, good morning, my neighbors. Welcome to another episode of Mashup, BYTTT, and Get Rich and Fit Shrine. I am your host, JD the Great. By all means, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and the bell button. That way it lets the algorithm know that I bring y'all quality information. And we're going to go ahead and get really into these charts, and we're going to be looking deep into some strong investments so that way we can go ahead and knock it out the park. So I want to say, get out your pen and pad because we're going to have some fun. If you haven't been on this show before, we are going to be doing opening range breakouts, which is very simple. We're going to take the first 15 minutes and look for the first 5 minutes to close below or above that said range. That said, let's go ahead and get right to it. All right. So far, we got our Asian and London session already set. Let me go ahead and put that on the screen for y'all. Have it ready. Did I already take it down? I already took it down for the last time. Alright, let me just put another one. Bear with me. I'm not prepared for that.
Every setback sets up the prize. Every loss is fuel in disguise. I don't follow trends, I analyze. I am the pattern the world applies.
Asian.
Beneath resistance high.
Yeah, the London session was so crazy. I was actually playing that. And gave me a nice little move, but boy, did that thing had to beat me up a little bit. That's all. That's the market. You never know what it has for you. I know I sound like Forrest Gump a little bit. Life's a box of chocolate. You never know what you're gonna get. But that is the market. That's exactly what it is. All right, we got like I said 1 second until the market open. Let's see what happened so far. Let's see the alerts start to pop in. When it wants to. Come on. Give me my alerts. That's it. Come. We got a couple of weekly triggers that's coming in. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Actually, you know, I'm gonna take this moment. Let's go over a couple of things. It looks like we're getting a quite muted time. Yeah, so it finally came to it. All right. I want to kind of break down. We had a massive drop. We cleared some gaps here. We're sitting on top of an order block. That's why NQ is struggling to really go ahead and fly right through. But I think we're still inside of an external structure and wants to see more downside. But we are still in a bull market. We have not changed character. Do not, and I repeat, do not just go ahead and think that you can just short the crap out of the market, because you might wake up to a nice surprise. All right, let's go ahead and get over to oil. Oil looks like this. Let me go ahead and bring in the drawings, and let me get rid of this one right here. So yeah, we outside of the order block. Look for cheaper oil prices. This is a good sign for all my drivers that's out there in the world. Gas is going to get lower. I started seeing some of the pumps. It's like it's down here. It's like $2 and some change versus the $3. I feel bad for y'all in California. I'm pretty sure it's still around $4 to $3. But that said, you should be seeing some cheaper oil prices. Gold looks like this. They're holding that 4,000 mark, but it is a fight, so just plan accordingly. Here's silver. Silver has filled its bullish order block, which is not going to give confidence for more upside. Look for some struggles when it's all said and done over there. And then we got ourselves the British pound. British pound is trying to power up, but I don't think they got the strength. And we got this nice little fair value gap that's very tempting, even though we're sitting on top of the 800. We're going to see if that thing falls right through. Over here, supposed to be Bitcoin. Let's go ahead and bring that over. And Bitcoin has touched 82. If y'all remember, I told y'all 82,000 is going to be that tough one. And that's exactly what happened. We got a nice little solid bounce on Bitcoin on that 82,000. Yeah, they're really pushing that to the upside. But that US dollar is still pushing. Right, so now that we kind of have this trend, I can adjust this trend line because this was that pivot that I kind of had, and I'm looking at it like this, right? We're in this bear side, and if they fail to break through and don't take out this area at 93, look for Bitcoin to get lower prices, and everybody is over here worrying about Warren Buffett at 75,000. You might get 75,000 Bitcoin, all right? And then we got ourselves Russell. I thought it was going to be the market saving grace, but we're not getting that type of action. So look for Russell to kind of give a little bit more to his progression back, and probably come back inside of this order block and pushing under 2,200. And then last but not least is the US dollar. Right now, the US dollar is fighting to gain in value, which is what you're going to relatively need for a proper reset. Are we doing it too early? Maybe. Is there a Santa rally? Maybe. We don't know exactly what's going to end up happening. And we're going to talk about this deeper after the first 15 minutes is set. Let's go back over to NQ and see what we got so far. We got a massive move to the upside. We ourselves so far 126 points to the upside as soon as the open had happened. So if we actually box this out like this and plan accordingly, we would be looking at opening range somewhere around 24,661, and then our stranger danger is at 24,589, and then 24,516 is going to be our bearish line. So we're going to see what happens there. Let me go ahead and bring in my other levels, which is going to give us our Asian sessions. All right, there we go. Asian and London session are pretty much married together, so we're pretty much using the overnight session. Yeah, I think so. You talking about the daily point 50? Yeah, let me go ahead and mark that off for everybody as well. Actually, let me put this back here. Oops, no, I want to do 15 minutes. Let's get rid of these oscillators so we can focus properly. And let me go mark it off over here. day? Oh, from the red candle on the daily, right? Yeah, they want to try to reverse this, and they built up some good momentum here, but that momentum is also the buy side liquidity too. So it's going to be very interesting on how this day ends. Let me go ahead and bring this over to y'all so y'all can see that. Let's lock that down. Come on, behave. Alright, so we just hit the 50%. That is that 50%, which is my white line right there. And we're going to see if we can get all the way up into this upper register. Let me go ahead and relabel this. This was, what date is that? 19th of November. Alright, let's get that there. There we go. So that's pretty much going to try to take out this whole entire row of fair value gaps here. And I'm getting lots of alerts on some push to the upside. Let's go ahead and check out some of these. Maybe we could get ourselves a quick little scalp announcement for y'all if y'all are willing and able. Let's see. Eli Lilly just locked in their profits. Amazon locked in their profits. Tesla locked in. No, but just a lot of locking of profits. All right, so we don't have really much on that side. Let's see about QQQ. Same. So this is probably everybody just either A, getting liquidated for anything that they carried over the weekend, which I gave a lot of warnings behind that, or we getting some of these people that are coming into play because they're putting some major pressure on that buy side itself. But I do want to talk about Apple. We're going to talk about Apple on the 2 hour. All right, so this is probably going to be something that you're going to need to get some time on. Look at this 2 hour chart. We got ourselves a massive move to the upside, and if you really think about it, this is part of that whole entire all-time high move that they're trying to get to. And you can kind of see nice little base over here as we are pushing up. This was that consolidation I complained about last week. Only wish that I kept my December contracts, but can't cry over spilled money. All right, so let's go ahead and look at this. We're getting a little bit of a wedging action, almost like a bull flag breakout. Now it's kind of ugly and it's a little extended out further, so we'd have to probably look at it from a pole move from here. Let's go ahead and see what that measure move could be. Probably something like this. Something like this. And you already know on this channel we only take 50% of the move, so that's going to be roughly around this level here. That's if this breakout actually gives you that breakout, that would look something like this. Right there. Something like that. So look for a breakout of this range that basically is scaring the bears out, and if they give that, then it could give you that trail that gives you that 50% in the move. You can go for the major move all the way back to 328. That's fine, but I think that psychological level of 300 is going to be really tough on it. All right, let's get back over to NQ. That's the only ticker I have so far. It says entry around 274. Look for a strong entry on your lower time frame to be on the safe side. And let's see, what do we have here? Our opening range has extended a little bit further. Let's readjust. That is what it looks like. So we got Stranger Danger sitting at 24,619. So we look at 24,619 for a possible retracement and bounce. We'll see if we get that. We got 6 minutes left on this opening range. Be patient, folks. Don't force anything that you can't control. I'm going to redo these lines over here. Need a 5-minute chart. Let's see if there's anything I see here. Not really. What was that pivot? Let me unlock that so I can see that pivot's here. I recreated that pivot to here. Not really here. Kind of the same for the most part. I want to drag you, bring you over. So that 516 level is going to tell a lot. I'm just telling you this right now, because if we're sitting on fluff, this thing is going to dump something very vicious, and the market's going to respond accordingly. So just don't do nothing relatively reckless, okay, folks? Nothing yet still. Nothing yet. Nice retracement coming off that 50%. That probably was really the play, knowing that. Alright, so this is that area I told you, 619. Look for a bounce here. Let's see if they can actually take this right back up. Alright. We got ourselves 3 minutes and 17 seconds. I don't have any indicators I want to go over yet, because that was the only one I had, which was that Apple one, which is very tempting. I want that thing to break out first, because this can put some real weight right back against it. So a strong close above here would be choice. If you want to be a little riskier, here's some levels for y'all. 275.33 is probably better of an entry, but you gotta keep that stop loss tight. 272, get out the way. Okay, folks?
Now I meant every word. Did the homework, the charts just confirm the nerve. Now I'm talking in profits every candle I serve. Used to count pennies, now I'm counting pips. Same grind, just the decimals flip. Still fight fear like roaming the mist. One hand on the mouse, other hand on the fist. I don't fold, disciplined soldiers cold. Trend line scars from the past I roll. Mind shop like Fibonacci mode. Pull back, reload, then I said explode. Legacy talk, this ain't luck or fate. It's JD the Great, no retest, no debate. From the basement to the charts ornate. Every loss was a line in the empire.
Alright, we got ourselves a minute and 35 seconds. Not showing strong signs that they can really hold this push to the upside, so let's see how this works out. Do they use this 50% to just go ahead and reject right off of it and really put some pressure on these bulls? Now, we were supposed to fill this gap. We kind of gapped up today, and that gap up stopped just a smidge from filling all the way through. So I think all this is recent buy-side liquidity, that if we break this bearish line, this thing's probably going to print something vicious and violent.
They swinged out, I parry with patience. I'm trending regardless of market's vibration. They want fame, I want foundation. Charts ain't luck, it's daily dedication. Talk discipline, that's my dialect. Focus so strong, it rejects regret. They chase clout, I chase respect. My mindset hedge against every threat. No stops hit, I'm still intact. Rewrote emotion, adjust the track. Roll me falling, it's just pulling back. JD the Great, I am the comeback.
They just liquidated some of those bulls that were just stepping in. Oh, actually, I take that back. That was my 45-minute indicator. Basically, we had a massive move up. They're going to try to see if they can retrace this whole entire candle. They would have to break above here for us to be bullish. Which brings us back to that 50% line. Let's see if we can get that. Dealing with the patience, patience, and patience. Magnus JD. I think I'm gonna wait for this to break. I think we're gonna get a breakdown here. We'll see what happens there, which gives us time to kind of look at some longer plays and get some different trades in play. Oh, good morning. Sorry, I didn't even come to tell y'all good morning. Good morning, Javi. Good morning, Leslie. How you doing? Yeah, I can hear you. A little spotty, but I can hear you. Ah, okay. Okay, no worries. You on the way to Cali? Okay. Okay, cool. Well, safe travels, drive safe. Alright, cool. Yeah, I'm looking at some 590 puts. Let's see. I'm working on it. After our conversation about merch and everything, I have an idea. Well, I'm probably going to talk to you about that. This type of I got you. Yeah, we do. All right. Yeah, they want to get back to the daily 618. I'm not confident that they can get there, but we'll see what happens because it's a fist fight between the two. A fist fight. 24.837. That's the upside. Okay. Yeah, we're still bullish. I'm not saying I'm taking the puts right now. But we've already rejected the fair value gap on the 45-minute once. And there's the same fair value gap that's on the 15-minute as well. I got an order block between 729 to 800. Yeah, like I said, they're trying. They redirected. Let me unlock this. They redirected this pivot, but because they did, they made this pivot more. Actually, I'm looking at the level. What level was that? 24,361. That was not a natural move for them to push it up. There's a lot of fluff, so this is like our third deviation, and I've talked to Javi about that quite a bit. When we have multiple deviation after 3, we usually pull all the way back into it to at least test it. Depending on how the momentum goes, it can really start to melt down. So look out for 361 as a target, I should say. I might scalp this down, waiting for 10 o'clock. See if I can squeeze something out of this. See if we can fill this fair value gap coming back down into 560. You see what I meant by fist fight? They gotta buy the dip now. They just liquidated all the bulls right there off my 45-minute. See how they try to bounce it up again? I'm going to take this until break even. See if we can hold on to your lover. Come on. Let's fill that fair value gap down. Other stocks are failing their yearly plans, their weekly plans. Yeah, let's move to my break even. I'm out of it. Yeah, I think this is a good spot to take it up. Just be careful because they want that fair value gap, but we got deep into it. Alright, I'm forced to take it back down again. Where's your Keltner channel? I got 533 as a level. Yeah, they just hit me for my break even again. Yeah, that target for the fair value gap is 533, 535. That's why I tell you that Stranger Danger, it's a strange place. That thing acts like a magnet, and that's what it did, kind of did a magnet. And right now they're trying to figure out which way they want to Barry Bonds bat this out. Do they want to bat it right back up to the upside, or do they want to bat it down to the downside? That's what we're fighting with now. Cool. Something just happened with Tesla. Let's talk about it. Tesla calls 410 entry. That's what we're probably going to be looking at. If you want to take that risk, I suggest it. It would look something like this. Let's get rid of this drawing here. It'll look something like that. That's probably what's powering this upside. Anything above 410 is solid, and TP is at 418. All right, 418 on Tesla. I don't want to scalp anything to the upside. That's why I'm not in that one. Just a little warning, little FYI. 418 is a target. Entry above 410. But we got about 6 minutes left to the candle close. So I need to see a 15-minute candle close above that. They're trying to get all that sell side liquidity right now. We're very close to getting a new 1 hour candle. That's why I want y'all to wait, because this can be a bear trap, trapping all the bulls into this momentum. All of this here. And like I said, there's a target right here that we did not mitigate overnight. Do they want that? Is it obvious enough for them to put pressure to this downside into that area rebalances? Very possible. But we'll see. Let me make sure there's no news coming up, because we're shaking quite violently. verify if I'm a human? Come on now. Let's be serious.
Now I meant every word. Did the homework, the charts just confirm the nerve. Now I'm talking in profits, every candle I serve. Used to count pennies, now
We're getting Dallas Fed Index in 34 minutes. We're going to get some bond auctions. That's going to be coming into play. So nothing real spectacular. We're going to get unemployment stuff on tomorrow. Retail sales, PPI, Red Book, house. Tomorrow's going to be much more active. Wednesday, building permits, jobless claims, core PCE, mortgage rates. Yeah, I would say the real action is going to be right before Thanksgiving. Oh yeah, make your money before Thursday hit. That's the goal. Again, we're about to get a new 4-hour, 2-hour, 1 hour, 30 minute, 15 minute, 5 minute, 1 minute, and the next 3 minutes. Like they're gonna hit all at once. 10 o'clock, right around the corner. Patience, folks. This is a game of the impatient Christmas gifting their money to the patient. Okay, so don't do that. Twiddle your thumbs if you have to, so that way you don't click a button too preemptive. If you're not in it from the overnight session, already in here, probably not the best time to get in the market. We're in a wedge, exactly. Yes. Okay. No more 0 DTE? Yeah, I had, that's what I designed Compound Central to be, for Monday and Tuesdays for you to get Friday contracts, and then on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday to get next week Friday contracts anytime those alerts pop up. That way you have some cash to sell back. Oh, just take it. Yeah, just take it and then get back in later. Yeah. No, I don't do over the weekend at all. I barely want to even carry anything overnight. Yeah. And it didn't go in your direction at that moment, Theta's gonna kick your butt. Yep. He's gonna swerve, yeah. Taking your profits with it. That's what she wants to do? That's what's up. I like it.
It's like
Inverse head and shoulder on a 1 minute? Kind of. Ugly, but kind of. Alright, we got ourselves 15 seconds until we get a new 4-hour candle. I don't see anything, so my hands are off the mouse. I'm going to see what the first few seconds actually happens. But I am still leaning relatively bearish, but we'll see how the market responds to this new action. All right, we came through the order block that we created. Good morning, Papa. Let me finish, okay? Someone's lying. The US dollar and NQ is moving up at the same time. Let me go check out ES. Oh, I did say Tesla, and I'm gonna hold it true. Like, that's what happened. Oh, that's fine. Listen, I think there's more upside around. I'm not knocking it. That US dollar needs to fall to coincide with what your positions are. If that US dollar don't fall, it can cause some problems. That's all. Still don't see anything. Patience, folks. Patience. Could this wick be just a prelude where we just turn around and just reject like this? Maybe. Who knows? Our job is to speculate. Inverse H on the 1 minute? 5 minute? And you got, when you have to force it, then it's usually not there. I would say you probably would see it on a 2 minute. Yeah, that looks like a inverse H. Actually, 2 minute just gave you a morning star dip, but they pulled back a lot of it. So, yeah, that's what's happening. It's a fist fight. Let's just say it like that. It's a fist fight. All right, we would be bullish above the bullish line if the 5 minute closes above the level of 722.75. 722.75. All right, mark that off. All right, we're waiting for it. If you want to take it on momentum, that will be your entry already. I'm waiting for candle close. It's going to take 2 minutes and 49 seconds. I'm going to go super light leverage because I am not relatively confident on the upside, but we did make another deviation to the upside that looks like that, with another deviation that looks like that, another deviation that is in between, but it's not done yet. So we're going to hold on before we put anything else. So this is going to be a very interesting pivot point. I would say keep an eye out on the level of 24,625 to see what the market's going to do. Got another alert coming in, so let's go ahead and just kind of speed in this. So we got QQQ on the 15 minute. Basically, it's screaming at me saying, hey Jeff, we're doing this, and I'm like, well, yeah, that's true. So QQQ, look for a take profit somewhere around 601.20. That's the safest spot. But if it gets aggressive, we're looking at 605, 604, somewhere around there as they liquidate the bulls. And then for those that are playing SPY, that is not SPY. You are not SPY. SPY. Right. You're looking at something like this. Look for take profit somewhere around 665.86 or 669, and I got an order block that's up there too. So we're going to see if they can take that bad boy out. Let's get back over to NQ. All right, getting close to our candle close. Let me get myself ready. Is this on the 5 minute yet? Yeah, that's on the 5 minute. I don't know, and I'm setting up right now. Give me a second. I'll let you know, like 2 seconds. No, it's halfway there. We got ourselves 40 seconds when we officially have this move to the upside locked in as a close above. Let me see if I can find a safe entry. Oh, that's a violent little pullback I didn't expect. Come on, hold your water at 722. Seven seconds. All right, gonna go super light on this one. Let's see if I got some reset on the oscillator. Yeah, I've got a little bit. Hold your water, hold your water, hold your water, hold your water. It's struggling to hold its water. All right, getting a little bit of a cross here. Give me a little bit. Let's go. Let's go ahead and take that upside right now. Let's see what happens. So we can get a nice little solid move. I'm looking for us to get to that maybe 800 before this thing really pulls back, but we'll see if it can survive that long. Hold your weight. Hold your weight. All right, there we go. Let me put a stop loss on the screen. One more push. Come on, don't you dare come back. Don't you dare come back. All right, boom, let's go. Come on. Damn, I didn't make a higher high. That was a good scalp. Got a nice little solid $30 there. You say I got 80%? Nice. Nice. That US dollar is still rising. I was looking at volume imbalance. We had a strong volume imbalance around that 750. Let me do it like this for those that uses it. Something like that. Actually, no, that's not the price action I was looking at. What price action was I looking at? I think it was this one. Yeah. It's like this. What I should do is not use this one. I know, that's why. You talking about all the way from London session? Oh, okay. Is it session? It might be session. I can't even remember because I got 1, 2 on one. And the other volume profile. Fix. Oh. Yeah, that's what it is, but I want the session. They don't have a session volume profile? Come on now. Numbers to visions, now I meant every word. Did the homework, the charts just confirm the nerve. Now I'm talking in profits, every candle I serve. Used to count pennies, now I'm counting pips. Same grind, just a decimal flip. I think this is it. Yeah, something like that. So you'll see that right about right here, I thought we had a nice amount of strength just about right here, which brought us to that 734. So that's why I was trying to drag my stop into profit to kind of protect it. But you know, it's thin skies up here, but again, it's one of those weird spots right there. But we will see. It's already falling. That's going to be tough for it to hold it there, because we got the golden ratio going against us now. That's all I'll say. I like the puts. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like I was explaining to y'all, sometimes the market just does not want to touch the 618, and when they don't, no, we are not. Then that means you're not getting overnight session, and that's not good. I'm on short at stranger danger. I'm not going to take the risk here. I think there could be still some bulls that's waiting right here, and I don't want any of that smoke, so we're going to leave that one alone. Let's bring this down so I get lines. The bulls gotta bounce it here, or this thing's gonna dump. Let me see what Tesla's doing now. Tesla's still holding. Tesla's still holding. They want that 418, 419. Don't you break that 700 or you're going to start turning bearish. Under 691 would be a nice little rejection again. And then I'll probably will be doing something like this if the 5-minute closes like that. And that'll be our rejection using that previous retracement zones. The problem is we got an order block right here and they could just reload right here. Watch for a bounce at 681. Can they do it? Again, a smaller time frame close inside the block. I'm gonna take a stab. Taking a stab to the downside. Let's see what happens. Let's see if I can get a quick scalp here. You see how they're reloading? They're reloading strong here. Oof. Oof. That was a jab in the face. They just took my daily profit. You gonna hold it? Actually, I'm gonna cut that. That's fine. Y'all won that. Y'all won. Actually, I did say I was gonna switch the track. Let's go to this. Oh, don't go back in and after.
Look at them reckless and destructive.
Yeah, I'm retracing. I'm getting back in again. They don't have to fill it, but I think we can get to the bottom of the block all the way down to here. That'll be a retracement to this trend line. That'll be a good reset for them for upside, but they're trying to catch it early because they don't want to give up too much. They don't want to give up too much buy side momentum. Yeah, that was risky, but I was willing to take the risk. Come on, give me a space for me to get off the elevator. Come on, baby. Don't be disrespectful. Come on, baby. NQ did not hit the 618. I'm going to repeat it again. It did not hit the 618. I did the measurement twice and I used magnets. You don't like to use magnets. Come on. The red candle or the green candle? Because the green candle, yes, they did. I'm talking about the red candle on the daily. Trade, I'm mad at the signs. I'm grateful for the lesson every single time. Come on, do something. I know this is an order block and that was your first test, but I came back to it twice. Do not push. Up. They want that upside so bad. They want that dollar to fall. Come on, US dollar. Don't fail me now. I look like he's gonna fail me. I do not recognize Leo side. I don't know what that is. Yeah, no hater. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Hold on. Hold on. They got a 5-minute close above now. Are they going to trap the bulls or are they going to explode to the upside? Well, that's the fun thing about this, right? There's a lot of EMAs that are converging on all types of levels, even in the US dollar. So that's why we're getting such a fist fight. Want it and hit it is two different things. But I will be bullish if we hit it though. That's the only thing that's going to change my thesis. Okay. because the dollar's still powering up. I chase control. Come on, baby. Figure out what you want to do. All right, they just retest the bullish line. Let's see if they can push up off of here. That'll be bullish. Again, it's very choppy. If you're not an advanced trader, it might be real tricky for you to take this type of trade because it's very choppy. My wife's holding on to her trade, and I'm holding on to my trade. We're kind of going against each other. We're house divided, but that's okay. House divided on the thesis, not the house divided overall. And she likes to correct me on that. No, we're not a house divided. All right. I am taking it down, but I'm about to get myself liquidated in like 2 seconds because it's coming from my level.
Every little pullback is a retreat into the upside, I know.
Yeah, but buying the dip right here with the dollar strengthening up can be very tricky. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's pushed because it's getting more green. It was red during the Asian session, and I'm talking about pure bloodshot red. Now they just turned it into a doji. If the dollar gets around 103.47, you're talking about a market that's going to take off to the downside very violently and take a lot of wealth with it. Like I said, somebody's lying, and it might be the dollar lying, and then the dollar just falls off of a cliff. It might be that. That's why I said this is more advanced. If you don't have a coach or anything, and y'all need a coach, by all means, JD_the_great on Instagram is the best way to get in contact with me. Down below is the link to my Discord. You can go ahead and join in from there. Greatly appreciate the support. Share it to your friends and family, and don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and the bell button. Come on, baby. Just do something. Make things interesting. Either liquidate me or, actually, you know what? Liquidate my wife. It's not my fault. They say women are better traders anyway. She's probably going to kick my butt here. Yeah, I'm over here just fighting for life. I chase control. It looks like an M, but remember that inverse head and shoulder that you talked about the 1 minute? We still didn't extend it out far enough. So that middle point, we kind of got most of it, but I think the momentum should have caught it and continued. So very interesting price action right now. The market's trying to decide who they liquidate. Now, the reason why I would think the dollar would fall off of a cliff is because the dollar is sitting below an order block, but we've already tested it. So if anything, the dollar is supposed to do a double top. If the dollar doesn't do a double top, it might fly right through that order block using sell side liquidity. And if they take out the sell side liquidity, that will strengthen the bears to think that it's okay to short the market. So very, very interesting to see what happens here for today. We're still holding that bullish line, but there is no extension, zero extension. Almost like this is kind of like the move we're doing right now. And we got 9 seconds on this. They're about to take out the pivot, which is 700. We're going to come back inside of the block if that's the case. Let's see if they bounce it here. The new short sellers step into here.
Look at them reckless and destructive.
For all the zero DTE traders, they're probably getting theta kicking their butt, so they might be closing out their positions. That's what I'm saying. I think that's what they want to do is take out the Thursday drop, but they got to build a position. And And there's no way of building a position if they don't hold the opening range for today. The price is really wedging right now. Very, very hard type of trade. Great bag day, absolutely, my guy. Good morning, good morning. How you doing? Fist fight. Green, red, green, red, green. No, down, up, down, up. No, bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish. If this was like a pit, that's what you'll be fighting. That's what you probably would be hearing right now.
Trade, I ain't mad at the signs, cause I'm grateful for the lesson every single time. Surrounded by the 3 W's, yeah, that's my guy. Why I move with purpose, what keeps me alive. When I close the
We got 3 minutes left on this candle. The dollar's losing a little bit of strength, so we might break out here. So just keep an eye on that, which would be bad news for me. I am not worrying about your 136%. I'm going against your trade. Yeah, but I bet you it's an ugly W. Yeah, this is an ugly W. It's more of a wedge than a W. Ain't holding no trend. It's trying to liquidate the bears, and the bears are like, no, we're shorting. No, we're shorting. Short it again. Hit it. Oscillator is not on the favor of the bears right now in the 1 minute. But I do think that this 4 hour being bearish is what they're trying to get that cross of and continue to the downside. Let's see what happens. That's all we can do. That's all we can do. When you get in a trade, there's nothing else you can do. You just gotta let it run. Alright, looks like they're gonna liquidate some of the bears right here. This fair value gap is really putting in some work right now, trying to hold this thing down. Now let's get back over to the 5 minute. That's why it's important to mark off your charts. That way you can kind of get a sense of what the market could be looking for. Don't guess it. Don't feel it. Don't feel your entry for the most part. Like you gotta kind of have some instinct and some gut. But this will add for your confluence into your gut. Oh, look at that pressure. Look at that pressure that just came in. Oof. All right, we got 54 seconds. For everybody that thought that the 5 minute was going to close above that level, they just got their face a little ripped off there. They're not happy about that. Those that got in here and here, they're looking for higher highs to give them confidence to hold on, and that's not happening. Now if we take out this low here, then that means these bulls that stepped in to help get here are probably out the way too. Oh yeah, they just stepped out. Let's see if the bulls from here stepped into here, because they came in for that order block and they're going to catch it early for just better prices. Let's see if we get that. Dollar showing some weakness, so that might be the case. We'll see what happens. If we close inside of this order block again, I think we're going to get a push to the downside again. Watch for this level 682. If we get inside of 682 on any of your smaller time frames, pick one, pick a card, any card, and see what happens from there. And if we get in there, my target would be down here and also down here for 625 and then 578 respectively as we go down. All right, they just used that as a reload area.
Look at them reckless.
Is there enough bearish momentum that this reload is artificial and they really piss off the bulls? guy. Yeah, they're reloading heavy here. They're going to try to recapture this wick right here. Do they have enough strength off that reload that they just bought right here at this level? If not, they're going to start hitting some of the stop losses that's inside of this wick. They still got the kick on the bottom. They might be looking for that kick. But kicks can be acting as support too, so they're probably going to try to buy it up knowing that the market is going to try to fill the kick. I've seen that happen. That's why I always say that kicks are not guaranteed to fill. Yeah, and I ain't got no alerts at all. All we had was that. Oh, actually, I did get one. UNH. I didn't even see that. Hold on. UNH shorts. That was around 10 o'clock. I did not see that. Okay, there's still some time on this. If you want to short UNH for a quick scalp, of course, look for your entry based on your time frame. Look for 320 to be that entry, and then playing it down to 315, depending on what contract that you choose. All right, so just keep that in mind. All right, let's get back over to MQ. Yeah, that dip buy, they're trying. Come on, baby. Do something. It's like we're coming off of a range just to build another range right here. And right now that selling pressure is really hitting hard. Kind of like something like that, but I'm gonna put this back like this. This is not official.
Look at them reckless and destructive.
They're gonna try to get that sell side liquidity out of here. Because the bears could not get the sell side liquidity out of this wick here. Yeah, but that drawback was deep, huh? Okay. Come on, baby. Pick a side. If you're gonna liquidate bears, liquidate bears. Someone is buying. That US dollar is still staying green while we're still pushing up. I don't know who it is, but something ain't right. When you're confused like that, you just sit out of the market, sit on your hands, cash is a position, and you can find some better setups when the market is done with its fist fight. Restrained trading. If you was at my mindset on Saturday, I broke down restrained trading. This is a perfect time for restrained trading. Just watch. Grab your popcorn, grab something cold to drink. Watch it like a movie. Like a TV drama. Yes, sir. Oh, I thought I told you. I got out of them. I got out of them. Yeah, I got out of everything that's YMAX. Yeah, I agree. All right, so the 45 minutes just did something fun. Yeah, I would say if you got some plans and you can deploy that money somewhere else, I won't blame you for taking your money. The bears wants this fair value gap on the 45 minute, which is at 563. The bulls want to fill the rest of this 45 minute all the way back up. If we go over to the 15 minute, this is what I was kind of trying to explain to y'all. This is an order block in itself. Avi, this is a perfect cross candle that I was explaining to you. And that order block is the one that's giving us a lot of hell here. And they're trying their best. The bears really want to have control of that block. If not, they're going to aim for 900. If not, they're going to really fill the rest into that 25,000. And I think that's what they really want, is to get it back up to 25,000. So we'll see how this goes. Let's see. No, Tesla is running out of steam, and it's in the upper register of its oscillators. But we did make a higher high on this 5 minutes, so they might liquidate the bears here. We did close above the 5 minute for the third time, so this can be real bullish at this point. All it takes is the bears to just close off their positions and turn into bulls themselves. So we could see what happens here. For the most part, this 4-hour candle is brand new, and we're sitting on a 4-hour fair value gap that is attempting to build, but again, it's going to take 3 hours for this to be official, as they're eating up into here. If you don't know anything about fair value gaps, we closed inside of the fair value gap on the 4-hour. That is your momentum. That is going to embolden the bulls to think that they have control of this bearish fair value gap, and they're going to fill that one up to the upside. That's why I didn't argue my wife's position. I just think that we're overheated on some of the time frames, and and we're still in the bearish sense on the 4-hour no matter what. So even though we're open here, we're not going to open the mouth here. I think it needs one more pullback before it gets it, but we'll see. We will see. Alright, so if you really enjoyed this, by all means, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and the bell button. Letting your friends know that I bring out some really good content. I am JD the Great. You can find me on Instagram, JD_the Great. DM me. Free access to my Discord is down below, so that way you can go ahead and check out some of my alerts that pops through my system. That said, I'm going to let YouTube go, and then I will see y'all tomorrow at 9:15, 10 o'clock, as I normally do. So, yeah, have a great day. Bye.
Look at them reckless and instructive.
I'm surrounded by the 3 W's, yeah, that's my guy. Why I'm in the market, what I see inside. When it's time to exit, I don't fight the ride. He's in my process, profits in my mind. Surrounded by the 3 W's, why me align? Discipline, a weapon that money can buy. Charge don't lie, they just test your grind. Every loss a lesson, I'm refined by design. Early in the morning, chart still gray. Coffee in my cup, discipline and play. Why I'm here, not for luck, but to master the wave. I ain't gambling, I'm studying the candles they made. Every week, tell a story, every line got a soul. Patience the price for the dreams that I hold. They chase green, I chase control. Yep, small things big, let the plan unfold. What's my entry when the market in rhythm? Emotions gone silent, that's how I listen. Focus on price, not the noise or the hype. Variations of profit, discipline the light. When they exit, it's the art of release. Not greed or fear, just profit and peace. Win or lose, I ain't breaking my code, cause the 3 W's the map to the road I chose. Surrounded by the 3 W's, yeah, that's my guy. Why I move with purpose, what keep me aligned. When I close the trade, I ain't mad at the signs, cause I'm grateful for the lesson every single time.
Surrounded by the 3 W's, yeah, that's my guy. Why am